Welcome to the Unshakable Co-Parent podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Komoto, co-parenting and confidence mentor. If co-parenting feels like a battlefield, I'm here for you. In this space, we ditch cookie cutter advice for real practical strategies. We're all about transforming from an overwhelmed co-parent to an unshakable AF woman. If you're ready to finally tune into your personal power, buckle up and join me on this transformative journey. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to this podcast episode. So this is just going to be a real quickie, but it's something that's been on my mind for about a week. So as a member of the Unshakable Co-Parent program who is still in the same space as her co-parent. They are separated, but she's in the same physical space and trying to navigate mediation. And I forget what it's like in those early months and those early years, especially the first and second year, what it's like when you're trying to navigate the whole system. And it's interesting, because a lot of the other members are in and out of court. They're done with mediation, they're just in and out of court, or they're finished with court. And this lovely mama, had very high expectations for mediation. Now, the co-parent obviously hasn't even agreed to mediation because, that's what they do. Or is not communicating on whether he is having his meeting or not and whether he's on board with that. But it doesn't really matter. The reason why we go to mediation is because we cannot agree. We cannot get on the same page. No matter how amicable we want to be or try to be, we try and bend over backwards so that we can avoid the whole system. I don't know if you resonate with that. But, this particular beautiful mama was a bit disillusioned because she said, well, what's the point in going to mediation if it doesn't work? Now, depends where you are. Some places you have to go to mediation before you head down the road of, the system, although mediation is part of the system. Some people want to know, more depending where you live, that you have tried to mediate and remedy the problem. Now, if you've been doing this a while, you've been trying to co-parent, or you've, you might be finished with court, or maybe going back to court. A lot of the time, court is never done. It's never done and dusted. After a few years, you need to go back and modify, or things need to change because things happen, things unfold. So this member was disillusioned about mediation, the goal. She was just thinking that, she would speak to the mediator, he would speak to the mediator, then they would do mediation, he would agree to all the things, and he would understand the reason why, what she wants is what she wants for herself and her children, and that would be that. Now, we know, and if you've been there yourself, that is very often not the case. Now, if that is the case and they do agree to everything, you can guarantee, bet your bottom dollar, that as soon as the ink is dried on whatever you've agreed upon, they go and revert back to exactly who they are and go back on what was agreed and do not abide by whatever was agreed upon. It was just smoke and mirrors yet again, and just to appear to play the game, play along, and tick a box. Okay, now usually when you go to mediation, there is a lot of pushback. It is used as a platform to just play a role. Okay, it is to tick a box and play a role, especially if they are highly covert. Okay, it's very unlikely that you are going to get the outcome that you want. You may get very close to it, but you can bet your bottom dollar that it will not be successful. Okay, so this is just a really quick one because, I do forget, what it was like in those very early months and years when you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what lies ahead of you. You don't know what's to come. You're making these assumptions that, mediators mediate and lawyers lawyer and judges judge. All fair. And they're just going to hear what you're going through. And of course, they're going to be up in arms about what you're experiencing. And they're going to see and understand, and that will be that. No, that's not how it works. Unfortunately, it is terrible, the whole system worldwide. But yeah, it doesn't mean that we have to just throw our arms up and give up. There is plenty that we can do to prepare, to protect ourselves, and to support ourselves and our children through this whole journey. Now, there is so much beauty in women who hold you up, like women who help you rise because they are rising themselves. And the beauty of the community, a few of the other mamas chipped in and shared their accounts of what mediation was like and is like, so that, people aren't just listening to me and, my accounts. It is real life, and it's just good to have that awareness. We can make a lot of assumptions, especially in the early days when we're not aware of what can happen and how things can actually unfold. And it's not like you have to be scared, but there is nothing better than preparation. Proper preparation will set you up and your children when you know what you know, when you're fresh out of it and you've not been through this journey, especially through the system. There's a lot you don't know, and there are a lot of assumptions that I think we have all made that mistake of assuming that the system is going to support you, and these people placed in these positions are there and they're going to do their job. It's not like they're there to get you or hurt you. It's just if they have zero understanding of what you're experiencing and they blanket all their cases, then you are going to be left very disappointed. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. It's just something that's been on my mind, and it reminded me of what it was like in those early days, and it reminded me of, like, you seriously don't know what you don't know. That's why it's so important to educate yourself and find the support that you need, and to be amongst those who are in the trenches with you. There is nothing more powerful than women who have been where you are, and they are headed where you want to be, ideally. Okay, there is a common goal, and they will help you and support you to get there. I just wanted to share that. Come follow me over on Instagram, Unshakable Coparent, or if you have anything to share, send me a DM or anything to add, and I would love to speak to you there. All right, take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now. All right, thanks for spending some time with me today. And if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to let me know. I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button and maybe leave a review. Every comment helps us reach and empower more women just like you. And if you have more questions, let's continue the conversation over on Instagram at Unshakable Co-Parenting. Okay, bye for now.